extend the rhyme. Garrett, you're up.
For the last but not least.
Oh, this sucks.
This is terrible. It's the least. A guy that is, kind of like Robert Woods, where he always seems to end up on the buy list. This player always seems to end up on my buy list every year, whether it's on a YouTube video or in here. That's J.K. Dobbins. All I heard this offseason from tons of people was, yeah, bro, but did you see him run? Yeah, he doesn't look right. And granted, he does not look 100%. I'm not even sure he looks 85%. But you know what he did do? He still put up 5.7 yards per rush, not being fully healthy. He still was scoring touchdowns. He was still putting up 100-yard games while not fully healthy. And the shocking part to me is I've done a little bit of market research. I even asked tonight for some people to send me recent startups that they've done. I looked at other ones that I had seen even before tonight. I've seen 9 startups, okay? 9 startups from people that are active on Dynasty Twitter. Some of them are even analyst leagues, all kinds of different. 6 of those leagues, Dameon Pierce is going ahead of J.K. Dobbins. And in fact, the current
I
ADP,
threw it in my mouth. I'm sorry.
The current ADP on Sleeper has Dameon Pierce ahead of J.K. Dobbins. We're talking about a second-round running back that has proven that he can be a legitimate asset. Yes, he had the one big injury, and that's the other thing I keep hearing is, well, he's injury prone. No, he had one big injury that needed cleaned up. That's it. That's the only injury. Other than that, he's been fine. And I get it. He missed a ton of time with that injury, and that's frustrating. And it's easy for people to just want to be done and write a player off. But look, somebody told me, they're like, yeah, he's injury prone. I was like, man, then you must have not enjoyed having Saquon or CMC or Jonathan Taylor, or like so many, like these running backs get injured. That's what they do. It's part of the game. So if I can be getting J.K. Dobbins straight up for Dameon Pierce, if I can get J.K. Dobbins for a late first or multiple seconds or whatever ridiculousness people are doing right now, then absolutely give me J.K. Dobbins all day long.
Dude, he's not injury prone. And I've seen a lot of this hate too. And then you try to defend him like, oh, there's that Ohio State bias. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't know where that comes from, just because, like, I live there. I don't have, I watch them all the time. Doesn't mean I'm Ohio. I have some Browns bias, yes, but I don't have Ohio State bias. And if you look at all our rookie rankings, you would kind of overall see that in the long run. But you're right. I mean, this is a fantastic runner. When you watch his tape, he's so dynamic. Came back at, he decided to take a little bit rest, what's best for him, and get that knee cleaned up because he's looking out for what's best for him, which is great because you wanted to have that longer career anyways as a dynasty owner. You should be very happy he did that and to mess up his knee up more. And then what did he do? Came out, like Garrett said, averaged 5.7 yards per carry, dominated the NFL at the running, from a running game aspect, from all statistical standpoints from that point going forward. And a run-first NFL team. If they re-sign Lamar Jackson and they franchise him, it's kind of hard to see him going anywhere. New offensive coordinator, Greg Roman. He's just a dynamic runner overall. And you still see a lot of like hate on J.K. Dobbins, and I'm buying him anywhere you get. If you're in league with me, when you have J.K. Dobbins, send him on over. I'm still buying. I have a ton of shares. I've been buying now for 2 years. I think he's an absolutely dynamic running back that gives you that high-end running back 2 upside with running back 1 potential. And what I like about J.K. Dobbins as well, Garrett, is like we saw some people like, well, I don't know if he catches the ball. We saw a huge uptick in his receiving game when he came back after getting that knee cleaned up too. I think he had like 26 receptions, somewhere around there. I'm trying to get these off the top of my head, or like he caught 14 and 26 targets, somewhere along those lines. I don't have those numbers in front of me, but we saw an uptick in his passing game, and that was something he didn't do a ton of. So as Lamar Jackson plays, and definitely stays in Baltimore, they have to find avenues to protect him. And definitely they signed him to this huge contract. He can't keep running because this is what happens. He's going to get hurt. He's going to get hurt for longer periods of time. It's going to cost the Ravens a chance to go out there and win the playoffs. So they're going to have to open up the pass game. They're going to have to open up the run game, and J.K. Dobbins should benefit from that. Still super young player, a dynamic runner. In the open field, the guy can get sideways almost when he's making some of his cuts. And I'm still extremely excited. I think this is a great buy. If, like you said, if you could get Dameon Pierce for him, I would trade Derrick Henry straight up for him as well. If I had Derrick Henry, I have no shares. I'm sure most of you guys know why. And no, he's not on my AFC sell show. I promise he's not on the sell show.
I was so tempted to do that, by the way. I didn't, though.
He's not. I was too, because he's 29 years old. He's a running back. I'm like, I've beaten this horse so long, it's a fossil. So for me, I love J.K. Dobbins. I think he's one of the best buys you can get. And I hate talking about him so much because as we're doing these nerd startups, like when it comes to a startup running back and grabbing one early, I have no problem waiting on running back because I know I could get J.K. Dobbins in like the 6th round. What was the average round you saw him going in, Garrett, in those startups approximately?
In Superflex, the highest I saw was a late 5th. The latest I saw was a mid 8th.
Yeah, so that was my target for J.K. Dobbins from what I've been seeing as well. A lot of these startups is right around the 6th round. I think he's a great target right around there as a starter running back with great upside, and pair him up with a running back you could get a little bit higher. But like you said, injuries. I mean, good luck going to try. Breece Hall tore his ACL. Are you going to go not trade for Breece Hall and go try to trade for Breece Hall and see what the asking price is? Trust me, I tried to buy the dip and people just threw stuff at me. And that's not nice. It's not nice. You shouldn't throw things at me. I'm here to make dynasty trades, not be physically abused. So I love it.
Yeah, man, I'm with you there as well. I think, I think you could throw like a Javonte Williams in the same conversation for very similar reasons as well going into next season.
I thought about him as a buy, but when Rich said he was doing Russell Wilson, I was like, I guess we shouldn't buy the entire Broncos offense.
Right. No, I thought the same thing. So I wanted to mention him.
Glad you did.
Yeah, I know you are. But but I'm not sure where you were seeing or where you were getting the receiving stats. He only had 7 catches for 42 yards. It was early on in the season, week 3, week 4, where he was catching more passes. That's
his total. Was that his total, Matt? Then what's his total receptions on the year?
Yeah, that was his total. In weeks 3 and 4, he caught 6 passes in those. So early on in the season, he was catching passes. Later on in the season, it didn't look like he was really getting it done there. He was getting it done on the ground, though, like crazy.
He did catch 4 or 5, including a receiving touchdown in the playoff game, though.
So how many total receptions did he have?
Including playoffs?
Yes.
He had 12.
So half of what I said.
But we know he's capable, and they're bringing in a whole new offense. They're out there kind of scouring all sorts of different offensive coordinators to bring in a replacement for what's his name, that Greg Roman that they've had for kind of years and years. That was a very stale, very run first, run heavy type of offense, and I think they're going to be casting a wider net here, and maybe they will be getting more people involved in the passing game. And J.K. Dobbins is more than capable of catching passes, so hopefully he gets more involved in that aspect, because if he's got another 6 months to get healthy and he gets near that 100% mark, he's going to crush next year. Because he's a fantastic running back. So yeah, I really love this as a buy.
Way too early bold prediction.
Oh, here it is. Write it down.
J.K. Dobbins outscores Javonte Williams in PPR leagues next year.
Well, he's got the upper hand. He's already come back and gotten that kind of first run with the knee out of the way.
Don't dampen my bold prediction.
All right.
I don't need excuses.
It's just let's call that one a semi-bold prediction.
Bold, not in bold letters.
Italics prediction.
Italics prediction.
My italics prediction. J.K. Dobbins outproduces Javonte Williams. Put that on YouTube. Save it. Mark it. January 31st, 2023. I can't wait to be right. Pat myself on the back now.
Woo.
Italic Pat. So